Okay, I like close this door. Okay, hello. It is Sabrina here, and welcome to video number 1B. So I'm saying 1B because I actually already have a video number 1 about the same topic, turning red. The thing is, copyright strikes are serious, and so YouTube won't let me post it without like removing all my little copyright strikes. So I'm in the process of figuring that out, but I won't let YouTube silence me. Or Disney, I don't know who it is, but like I'm not gonna let them silence me. What I did before, I guess I didn't really introduce myself at all. Hey, hi guys, it's Brina here. Hi babes. I do movie commentary and movie reviews and just like fandom stuff in general is the goal. I mean, I don't know if that's actually what we're doing here, but today we are making up for the video that I don't have right now because Disney won't let me post it. We're going to blame Disney. So before, my first video was like a turning red movie commentary. So like I was watching it and like commentating on it and all that stuff. And then it ended with a review. And like I said, I'm not gonna let YouTube like stop me. So I have like all my points here, kind of as much as I could. And I'm just gonna go down and like talk about it. First of all, I love turning red. I just want to let everyone know that I love turning red. I know it's not like I'm like bending over and like bend it over. Okay, I need like a chair. Give me 1 second. Okay, I guess I can adjust a little bit. Okay, so what are we talking about? Right, okay, so first of all, I really love Turning Red. Turning Red was like such a good movie. It's not even funny how good of a movie it was. I don't know, I knew I was gonna like it. First of all, I always like animations. Like animation's like one of the genres that I like kind of like go for. Like automatically when it comes to like media, movies, shows, stuff like that. Like I always just jump for animation, right? And especially knowing that it's from Disney and Disney Pixar, we already know it's like most likely gonna be a really good movie. But like, I don't know, it was just so good. It's hard to describe in words, even though that's exactly what I'm about to do. But it's hard to describe in words like how good it really was. Like it was a really good movie. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. I'm also slanted, I just realized that. Sorry. I think this is okay. Yeah, it's just a really good movie and I loved it. The first thing we're going to talk about is the relationship between Maylin and her mom. So in the movie Turning Red, basically, if you haven't watched the movie yet, it's basically about a girl who people call it the puberty movie, and I don't like the fact that people call it the puberty movie because you're summarizing this movie that's so much more than just like, oh, it's a puberty story, you know? It's really like a coming of age, like a Disney coming to age. This girl, Maylin Lee, she's very like she's dorky and like kind of crazy, like, you know, kind of kooky, kind of quirky, but like she's also very like a mama's girl, right? Like she does everything her mom wants her to do. She's like the perfect child, but she's quirky, you know. And that, which number one, I love that. This wasn't one of my points, but I really love that because like normally when you have like the perfect child, they're very stoic, they're very icy, you know. Think of like if you watch anime, like, you know, like you have like your straight A student who's like very like serious, like the perfect student, you know. And like Maylin's not that. Like she's the perfect kid, but she's like still dorky. She has a lot of character, she has a lot of energy, she has a lot of like interest and stuff like that. But basically she's like her mother's perfect daughter, gets good grades, doesn't really hang out with her friends, like goes straight to home, helps her mom out with the family business, all that stuff. And then it turns out that this is where the puberty comes in. At like some point in their family's line, basically the girls, like the women of the family, become red pandas whenever they're feeling stress or like high levels of emotion. And so this happens to Maylin, like she becomes a red panda basically. And so there's only one like opportunity that she has to like kind of like conceal that part of her. But at the same time, because of this new red panda, it's making her kind of like express herself more and be like less of a perfect child and just be herself. If that makes any sense. I hope that, it was kind of hard to describe, but like I hope that makes sense. Basically, it's just coming of age. Basically, a girl just finding out how to express herself beyond what her mom expects from her. And then like the red panda part is just kind of like plays into that. It's like, it like represents her freedom and like, it represents her and her freedom. Right, so that's what Turning Red's about. And I wanted to start with the relationship between Maylin and her mom because like, and I said this in my first video, like so many times when you have like stories like this coming of age or like, you know, like turning of age or whatever you call them. And like, it's about parents who are like very controlling or overprotective of their kids. And like the kid is like ready to become themselves or become their true selves. very often you find that like that character and the parent character or the caregiver, whoever it is, they like butt heads so much that it's like, is this really a relationship between a parent and a child? And like, I'm a little biased here because like I have a good relationship with my parents. Sorry, I know it's a reality that a lot of times a lot of people don't actually have a good relationship with their parents, and like they actually can't express themselves because of like how toxic their parent or their guardian is. That's what I'm saying. I might be biased because like I have a good relationship with my parents, but both my parents are both in my life. We all live together, and like we all have a really good relationship together. And so even in those times of where like I'm ready to express myself, which happens to everybody, I feel like that's a normal part of growing up. Like you just stop becoming what your parents want you to be and expect you to be, and you become who you want to be, you know? Even in times like that, even though like we did butt heads, like we still had a good relationship. And so usually it's a complete opposite in media. Like these, like the kids and the parents hate each other. Like they're fighting constantly, and only at the very, very end, you know, is there like a turnaround and they start to understand each other. And like I said, I know that's reality for some people, but like it was nice to see in Turning Red if that's like really not the reality in this movie. Yes, Maylin and her mom butt heads a lot, but honestly they don't even really butt heads too much. But like at the end of the day, like they have a really good relationship with each other. Like they actually enjoy each other's time and company. They laugh at each other's jokes. They spend time together. There's just like conflict, and like in every relationship there's going to be conflict, but like I really really like that they actually have a good relationship. It's not like, oh, I hate my mom so much I want her to die, and like only when she gives me what I want will I actually like her at the end. Or like it's not like, oh man, I really can't understand my daughter and I actually hate her, like only at the end when like, oh, I finally had like coming to Jesus moment, do I actually like her? Like no, they have a good relationship. They like each other, they love each other, they spend time with each other, they laugh with each other, you know, like they enjoy each other's time together. But there's conflict, and like that's literally every relationship ever. So like I'm not gonna fault anybody for that. So I really like that. The next topic is Four Town. I don't even know what to tell you. Like Four Town, first of all, I'm in my boy band stage again. You know, I didn't really have a boy band stage when I was younger. I never really got into One Direction like that. But like I'm finally back in my boy band stage. BTS, anybody? I love BTS right now. That's really the only boy band I like, which I know is like kind of shameful. It's like liking Naruto, you know, like whenever like you ask someone like, oh, what's your favorite anime, and like they're like Naruto, you're just like, girl, because like Naruto's like, you know, everyone's entry level anime. So I feel like BTS is like, for the most part, everyone's like entry level K-pop band, you know. So like if you're just like, oh, I like BTS and that's it, it's just like, oh. Oh, you like BTS and that's it? Okay, you're not a true fan. You're not a true K-pop fan. You're just a BTS fan. But I don't know. I don't know if that's actually how people think, but that's how like I think that people think, which is like whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But Four Town, another boy band that I love. The music, great. The vocals, great. The presentation, amazing. The performance, great. My bias, if we're talking in terms of K-pop, my bias is Taehyung, of course, because he's modeled after, well, the rumor is he's modeled after my baby Jimin, who's also my bias in BTS. I should let you guys guess who my bias is in BTS, but my bias is Jimin. And Taehyung is apparently kind of like modeled after him. That's like the fan theory, so like, girl. He's so cute. Taehyung. And then after that, it's like, I mean, Robert, of course, he's like amazing, but I think it's one of the, I feel real bad because I actually don't remember their names at all. I know it's like T and Z, right? For some reason, I want to say Austin. I know it's not Austin. It's like not Austin T and Z. Aaron T, Aaron Z. I mean, one of the two. I forgot which one I like more because one of them's like cuter. But like that's my bias record, I guess you could say. And then Robert, and then the rest of them. Jesse's like my last favorite, but like honestly, they're all good. They're all good, you know. My least favorite is my most favorite in a different band, if that makes any sense. It's just like the one I just don't care for. Okay, the next topic is called From a Sheltered Girl. Okay, so this is another one kind of relating back to more like the first topic, like more serious about the themes of the movie. So, little fun fact about Sabrina here. I was a sheltered girl myself, very much had overprotective parents, very much was not able to go anywhere but school, church, and back home. I think the difference is with my parents, like as I kept growing up, I was given more freedom, which I think is how, honestly, personally, I think that's how it's supposed to be. Like, now that I'm like older, I think that's how it's supposed to be, where you don't like give up all the freedom to the kid like when they're young, because like, you know, you're a kid, you're young, you don't know what you, or you know what you want, but you don't know what's actually right, and you don't know how the real world actually works. So like, to be given all that freedom, like, you know, a lot could like go left, but like to slowly give up freedom as you become older and wiser, and like you're able to make your own decisions. That's how my parents kind of raised me. For the most part, especially at that age, like 13, I was really sheltered. Like, not sheltered in like the sense of like morals and stuff like that, because like I was given internet access at like a really young age, but it was sheltered in the fact of like, you cannot leave your house. Like, you cannot go hang out with friends, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, I need you back home. And like, it wasn't the worst thing, because like I still was able to hang out with friends, but like it wasn't as often as my friends were hanging out, if that makes any sense. So like, you know, my friends wanted to do things like every day or every other day. I was not able to do that. Like, it was more like listen, I already asked 2 weeks ago, I'm gonna need to lay low for a second, because like otherwise like I can't be having fun too much, you know? And I don't know, I guess what I'm trying to say here, like in terms of like the movie, it's just like, now that I'm older, you know, I feel like my parents didn't do it the wrong way. Now I feel like some things, like, yes, I wish that they had let me go to, because like really looking back at it, nothing happened. But like for the most part, now that I'm older, it's like, yes, would I have loved to have like a crazy teenage phase? Of course. But like, I feel like these things, I can do them now as an adult and it's okay, if that makes any sense. It's kind of hard to articulate, but it's just like, these things that were a big deal when I was younger, I'm able to do them now, and it's just like, oh, you know? And yeah, like, who doesn't want a rebellious teenage phase? But also like, it don't matter. So that's like, whenever like Maylin's friends, like, they're like, yeah, we love you, like when you're crazy and kooky and stuff like that, I'm just like, girl, like, I get the sentiment, but like, it's okay to be sheltered, you know? It's okay to have parents who don't want you to go out all the time. It sucks in the moment, I'm not gonna lie, and like, that is really how you feel in the moment, not like how you feel later, in my opinion. But like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if it's hard to articulate, because I know Maylin, this is really about Maylin becoming herself and expressing herself. And by the end of the movie, I think they did it a great way too, where it's like, the mom really did give her some freedom. Like, you know, it's not like complete, oh, you can do whatever you want, but it's like, here's some freedom. Like, you're starting to get older, like, here's some freedom. You don't have to spend all your time with me. Because the mom was kind of like a helicopter mom too. But like, I also think that like, if Maylin doesn't want to do that stuff, then she doesn't have to, you know? And like, obviously Maylin did. But let's say Maylin didn't want to go out. Like, girl, let her not go out. It's okay to be like, I hate to say it, but the boring, sheltered friend, you know? It's okay. I just hate the idea that it's like, yeah, no, you have to be crazy and kooky and like, oh, you have to go out and like be rebellious. It's like, no, you don't. It's like, fine if you just want to like stay home and like hang out with your mom. Like, I know that's not what you want to do all the time, but if she wants to do that once or twice, you know, like, dang, she can't go out every day. Like, let her be. So that's the only thing that's kind of just like ticking me off. It's like, I get the theme is like self-expression and self-discovery, but like, what if your self-discovery is, oh, you know, I actually don't want to do all this stuff. I do want to be like a straight A student who does all, you know what I mean? It's like give or take. It's not like, it's like balance. It's like balance. It's not like, and I think this also just like goes back to other pieces of media where it's like, usually the resolution is like letting the kid be like all crazy and kooky, and it's just like, and like complete freedom. It's just like, but why does that have to be the solution? You know, like, why can't she just be like a homebody some days? Like, why does she have to be like completely out there, he or she, you know? So yeah, again, I might be biased because I was sheltered, so I'm trying to like justify my shelteredness. Like, you know, now I can't redo the past, so I just have to like justify it and be like, yeah, you know, it was okay. Okay, the next topic is music. Some music. Okay, so the music in here. So what I said in my last video, and I wish I wish that video was out. But basically, so I kind of compared it to Studio Ghibli. I don't know if it still kind of counts, but I compared it to Studio Ghibli because like Hayao Miyazaki. I don't know who does the music for like specifically Miyazaki films, but you notice that like you will hear like one tune and then it will be repeated multiple times in the movie, but it's like different versions of that tune. It's basically like a motif, I believe, but it's what you would call it when it's like at least attributed to like an actual character. And I feel like they did that for this movie. Now, I'm not comparing the two because they're like Asian media, you know what I mean? Like Hayao Miyazaki, Japanese, like Mainland Lee is like Chinese. You know, I'm not comparing the two because of that, but just like I noticed that the same motif was coming up over and over. That little dun. I don't know if me humming it's gonna work, but it's like dun 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 dun, which like is Maylin's theme, like motif theme. And like it just kept coming up like in different ways, and I love that stuff. I love it. So I was gagging over the soundtrack. I loved it. Four Town songs were amazing. That last song at the climax, when they did the chant and the Four Town like Nobody Like You, girl, and then the little flute that came in when like they did like well, I'll just put like a sample here. But like little things like that, like really just like, oh my gosh, get me all excited. So it's just like, oh my, like I was eating it up. I was eating it up. I was so happy. Yeah, that climax was amazing. That's another topic on here, but like there's like nothing else I can say about it. Like that climax was so good. It was so good. Like it was just, I cried. It was just such a good, like, you know, like a good, how do you say like, you see like put togetherness, you see it's a good collaboration, I guess, between like the old culture and the new culture, or like I don't even want to say old and new culture, the two sides of Mei Lin herself, like her Chinese heritage, red panda side, and her like Canadian Western like boy band side, you know, just like a nice little blend, and it was so good. And then the last topic was friendship. I don't really want to end the video here, but since that's like the last topic I can think of, I just want to say that like I love friendship as a theme and an aspect of media. I think a lot of times like we focus on romance a lot, and I honestly recently not really, because like we have a lot of media that kind of like highlights friendship, but it's like if it's not friendship, it's family. If it's not family, it's romance. Or I really should say if it's not romance, it's family. If it's not family, then it's friendship. I feel like friendship is like one of those like relationships that isn't really like given a lot of focus when it comes to like romance and in family relations. And I love media that shows good friendship, you know, like good friendship. Million's friends were there for her. They were there for her. They were all there for each other, and I love that. I loved it. Like that's all I can say. I loved it. Like they were real true ride or dies. The way they just instantly accepted May and instantly like tried to find ways to help her out, and like always knew like the right thing to say to make her feel better about herself, and like, you know, just it was such a beautiful friendship and like a beautiful example of how friendship should be. And even though I think her and Miriam are like might be, you know, like there's always like 2 or 3 that's gonna be closer than like the other ones, you know. I think her and Miriam might like have the closer relationship out of the 4. None of them was like it wasn't like so outrageous where it's like it's them 2 against the world, you know. Like they all equally were friends, if that makes sense. Like all 4 of them are friends with each other, and all root for each other. So I just love it. I just love friendship as like a theme in media. I love it when like good examples of friendship, whether it's no matter like what the genders are, like female, male, like female, male, like I just, something about friendship just really be like, I think it's because I also like value my friends so much. I value like a lot of the relationships in my life. I love my family, I love my friends, and I love myself. So like I really take friendship seriously, and like I love it when movies and like shows do it as well. So yeah, those are like the big topics I could think of when it came to like Turning Red. Again, I did my own commentary, but like I'm really fighting Disney right now. I don't know if I should dispute the case or if I should just like, I'm just trying to edit it out. Because in their defense, I did take a lot of the movie. You were basically watching half that movie with me. But like, leave me alone. That's really it. Thank you so much for watching. I know like my thoughts be like running a mile a minute, and like the speed that it comes out of my mouth it just don't work all the time. I can't really articulate the best all the time, even though like in my head it's like making sense. Like I know when I say it out loud it doesn't make the most sense. But thank you so much for listening, if you guys did watch it this long. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, okay. If you like the video, like the video. If you like me, subscribe. If you want to talk about Turning Red or anything at all, just leave a comment down below or message me down in my social media. I have an Instagram and I have a TikTok. That's really it so far. This is video, again, like I said, it really technically is video number 1. I hope you enjoy and you get an idea of how this channel is going to be. I still have no idea what this channel is going to be because that commentary really whooped my butt. But yeah, I keep looking at myself in the mirror, by the way. See me looking behind. It's like, my hand is so big. Boom, boom. Okay, what are we talking about? Right. Yeah, thank you so much. There you go. For watching, if you watch this much at all, because like it don't make no sense. But yeah, I will see you in video number 2, whatever that's about. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Power off.
Yeah, power off. Bye.